If you've noticed a lack in drivability and need to do some maintenance to your 1994 to 2004 Mustang, this front tie rod set will be something that you'll want to check out. Now, tie rods are a wear part that doesn't last forever, and when they start to go, you can really feel it and even hear it with loose and sloppy steering and even clunking or knocking when you turn. Now, this kit will be great if you're looking for an affordable and reliable solution to tightening up the front end steering and reinstilling that confidence that you once had in your steering system. Tie rods are crucial to your steering system and are responsible for a majority of your steering, which can take a big toll on drivability, responsiveness, comfortability on the road, and even your alignment, which is also crucial to maintain even tread life of your tires. Now, this set will feature inner and outer tie rods that will have an OE design to get you all of those benefits that you once lost back in to create a more enjoyable and confident ride in your Mustang without having to question, thanks to the direct fitment and all-inclusive kit. This set will feature inner and outer tie rods with an OE design to get all of those benefits that you may have lost back to create a more enjoyable and confident ride in your Mustang without having to question, thanks to the direct fitment and the all-inclusive kit. Now, the construction of these will be very straightforward, considering they are basically a mirror image of your factory tie rods, so you can expect the same exact fitment with this set. Now, these will be made of durable steel materials and include tough ball joints to maintain a good lifespan, even with some street abuse. Now, this kit will also include all new hardware, including new castle nuts and cotter pins, so you don't have to reuse anything from your factory system. This kit will be affordable for what you're getting at about $90. Now, compared to other kits, this will have everything that you need for a tie rod set, including inners and outers, compared to some other sets that may only offer you one or the other. So if you're looking to cover all your bases and you want a set that you don't have to question when it comes to install, this is going to be a great pick. The install will be a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and will take you about 2 hours to get the job done with the right tools and setup. Now, speaking of the install, one of our customers here has actually installed this on their Mustang and is going to walk you through what it takes to get this onto yours at home. So that is going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
Okay, so today we're going to be doing some tie rods on my 2004 Mustang. These are all the tools you're going to be using. I'm going to be using a 3/8 impact and a 1/2 inch. A ratchet works just as well, but impacts are a little bit nicer. You're going to need a 21mm socket. Then I also have a locking lug nut. Then you're going to need an 18mm. You're going to need a couple sets of pliers because you got a couple of pins, clamps you got to remove. You're going to need one Allen wrench. It's a 2.5mm. A hammer might be nice if you have a little bit of rusted out tie rods. And then a couple of wrenches. I'm sorry, the old ones were a 21 and the new nuts that were a 22. And then you're also going to need a 1 5/16 wrench to remove the inner tie rods. And this will be all the tools that you will need today for this installation. Alrighty, first thing you're going to want to do, you're going to pull the ends of these out. You're going to pull these little cotter pins, holds the nut in there. Just take the pliers. Okay. And we'll take the other side out. Just like that. Next, you'll take your impact, if you have one. If not, a ratchet will work just as good. Let's check on that size. Should be an 18mm. Gonna pop that off right there. Just like that. I'll let the set right there on top. Go to the other side. Sometimes these are a little rusty. All I like to do is take a hammer, either hit one side, Just like that. Our next thing we're gonna do is we gotta go to these little boots here. We're gonna pull this little bar off. Set that off to the side. And then there's these little clamps right here. Just gonna. It can be a little tricky to get off. Either take a little pocket screwdriver and pry that back in there. And get those off. I won't be reusing those. Same with this side. Okay. Pull these boots back here. So we get to our nut on the inside for the inner tie rods. And then actually, these boots, there's gonna be one more clamp right here. Turn these, pop those right down. This side. And just like that. Okay, so you're gonna need a 1 5/16 wrench. You're just gonna stick it right on the end there. Just break that loose. I should be able to turn it now. Might have to turn it a couple times with the wrench. Here. Okay, and there's one in, just like that. All right, and just like that, that's how you get those off. Mine were definitely loose here, so definitely need some new ones. Next, we're going to be removing these the bellows. We'll reuse them for the new rungs. So we'll loosen this nut right here. Just unscrew that. We're just going to remove this outer tie rod. Make sure this is still loose because we're going to need this nut off as well. Take that out. Okay. No longer need that. Like that. Just pull those right up, and we'll be reusing those for the new one. Now we got one more here we can do. And also, if you don't have a vise, you can do this also on the car. A vise just helps a lot with taking them off. But you can leave them on the car too and take the outer one off first and then the nut. I like to just take it all off at once and then just come over here to the vise. just like that. All right, that's all. All right, time for the installation. First, we're going to install the inner tie rods. Just go ahead and screw those on there. Now you're going to take your 1 5/16 wrench. And tighten those down. Just like that. The other side. Just like that, they just have to be pretty snug. And then they also came with these little screws that are going to go right into the end. You're just going to take a little Allen head. I'm just going to screw in just right into there. This will help hold it in place. And then there's one on the opposite side of that too. Just put that on there. Just like that. Snug them up. Same. Let's go to the other side. Okay, that's the inners. Now we're going to go ahead and install our boots. Clamp. Remove these off of here first. Slide that boot right on there. That's just going to go right back into that spot. And then these go. That little groove right there, these are just going to line up right to there. Slide this on, and slide this back on for now. Grab our pliers. Like that. Same for the other side. And then also make sure these little holes here line up to the front, because we're going to put that little bar back on there. So they're going to go right across the front of the rack. Right to that little line right there. Pop that clamp right back on there, and just like that. And then what I like to do is put little zip ties. This will hold these in place. I'm just going to put these right around where that clamp was. That will hold that into place. Okay, that's the inners. Now let's go ahead and put the outers on. So put the outers on, you're just going to screw them in like this. And then we can take this nut off. And what you want to do is you want to get these lined up as close as you can. Go back into that spot. So I'm gonna put these right back up into here. Leave that right there. Go ahead and do the other side. Just twist these on here. Sometimes you might have to move the joints over just a little bit so you can line it up. Get the nut started on there. Okay. So we'll go ahead and tighten everything down. Take our 18 pins. These little, you're gonna make sure these are lined up. So let's go just a little more. Go just a little bit more so we can get that cotter pin slid right into that hole there. All right, let's go to the other side. Just like that, lined up with that hole. Let's go ahead and install our cotter pins. We're just going to slide that right through that little hole there. This will hold that nut in place. Going to pull the top one up like that. And I like to go to the side with the neck, the other one. Just like that. Same with the other side. Pop like that. And just like that. And next, we will make sure these are tight. Whoop. We'll make sure these are tight. These are going to be a 22 size wrench. So just snug those up. And just like that. Now we can go ahead, install that bar back on the front. And it just kind of sits on there. Perfect. Alrighty, and that's how you put tie rods on. Make sure once you're done doing all that, get it lined up as close as you can. Make sure to go down to your alignment shop and get those aligned. And that's everything.
So that wraps it up for my review and the install of this front tie rod set for all 1994 to 2004 Mustangs. And remember, for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.